Hello again folks, welcome to the next video here for Nottingham Forest Challenge. So we've got quite a lot to catch up on here actually, because we're quite far into the Premier League season from where we left off, and we've got those first 3 wins on the board. So I'll just quickly recap on how it's been going. Actually still sitting top of the Premier League, although Leeds have got a game in hand there. So after 16 games we're still up there. Nicky Franco doing the business, only Van Nistelrooy's kind of rating better than him at the moment. Yeah, so transfer wise, haven't really brought many in new. Had to downgrade my substitute goalkeeper, so I brought these 2 guys in on cheap deals, and I've sold Bosnich and Tony because they were older than the guy I'm playing in goals now, and they were like big wages, so we're getting rid of them. Money's been trailing down because I'm overspending on wages compared to gate receipts, so I'm going to actually have to try and raise some money here as well. So I've made up a wee short list. I've got 2 strikers here, Carol Court, Silva and Wiltord. I'm thinking I can bring them in for a fair bit less than they're worth, and probably need to sell Gavidas and Abreu because they'll likely get a bit of attention in them. And then if I can do that, also we've still got this Hersey guy at Ajax who I want to bring in, and if I can then I'll sell Angel Lewis, and hopefully should be able to do that, and still that should make a good profit and get me kind of back up in the cash, because if I'm going to ask for ground development in the summer, then I need to have money there to be able to ask that question. So anyway, so yeah, so we've got a couple of big games coming up here actually, so I've came back now. Actually, I'll go over a few of the results that have happened since the end of August. Had a mad game against Man United here, which we won 5-4. The goalkeeper played a howler, so he's not played for me since, but that was just crazy, that game. And then we lost to Liverpool, unfortunately, 3-1 there. Still tracking along fine in the cups. But yeah, I've lost a couple of games, lost to Leicester as well. Big win against Southampton, and it's been good last month or so. Good win against QPR in the cup. Lost to Leeds, unfortunately, and then we've kind of bounced back against Everton. So yeah, we're hanging up there. I mean, Leeds are the one that seems to be keeping closest to me for now. That can all change, but it's a good spot to be in. But I'm going to have to wheel and deal a bit here to try and get the finances back on track. So we're going to play these 2 games, Leeds and Arsenal, and then I'll see if I can get some players moving following that. Manager of the month there, so that's pretty good. Had a look at the players running their contracts down. There's not really anybody that I can go for until the 1st of January, to be fair. So not like I'm short on anybody either, but just for like I need to really start turning money, because I did spend big. I can't do that again in the summer if I don't kind of bring some money in. Shouldn't need to make a big spend like I did like that anyway, because like pretty much happy with the first 11 the way it is. But yeah, if we want to get the ground improved and then start getting more for gate receipts, then that's what you need to do. Yeah, so away game to Arsenal here. This is going to be a tough game in the league. What we've got, good news is we've got Luis coming back for injury there. And hopefully a bruise fit as well. Yeah, he is, so we can get him back in there, because we were playing young Ibar, but he's a bit too young to be getting a run yet, but he's good enough on the bench. And unfortunately my Dutch centre half here got injured, but he's been really good so far. He's picked up 2 caps for Holland since I signed him as well. There's a young goalkeeper that I'm watching in the conference as well, who's got really good stats, but he's not ready to leave them yet, so so we need to go back and have a look at him. But yeah, this will be a tough game. Yep. Henrik Larsson's must have signed for them at some point then, so Larsson and Henry spelling trouble for me, so yeah, this has not gone well at all. But got to be prepared. You're going to take a few beatings in the first season, because like I've got a whole new team. I've had to make a lot of changes. I know it's like I'm sitting at the top of the league, but that can easily change. So yeah, it looks like Okoronkwo's not having the best of games, so we'll switch him up, and Gavin McCann's not doing the business either, so a couple of changes there, see if that can improve things. But 3-1, it's not, can't see us coming back for that. You never know. Yeah, Nikiforenko has been like immense for what I paid for him. What was he? 350,000. He's now worth 6 odd million. 9 goals for the midfield so far. So yeah, he'll be in there for a while. I mean, away to Arsenal is going to be one of those games that no matter how good your team is, you could still lose that. So the good news is I've not had many draws, so that's kind of keeping me up there. But this next cup tie against Leeds is a big one. It's a League Cup quarter final, so they're playing really well. We've got Harry Kewell, Mark Viduka, Alan Smith, Mark Bridges, Rio Ferdinand if he's still there, so they're a good team. But once we've played this cup game, I'm going to see if I can just change things up a bit. Raise some cash. So yeah, I think we should just be able to keep it as it was for this one. So I've had a pretty favourable draws in the cup up until now. I think it was like Crystal Palace, QPR, Hull in the first round. So I've had a good path to here. So it is a quarter final right enough. So you should expect to get a pretty tough tie. But I'd like to win this game. But again, it's going to be a tough one. Good start though. Fantastic Nikiforenko performance. So should be able to hold on to this. Never say never. Yeah, looking much better in this game. Give Luis a wee rest here. Now it's looking pretty good. And see who else is still in there. So Derby and Newcastle. Yeah, this is going to be a cracking performance, this one. So yeah, happy with that. Cause, the semi-final will be over 2 legs as well. So yeah, so we're going to see if we can get. I said, I tend to sell strikers pretty regularly to raise money. So it all just depends on if you can get interest in them at all. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's going to be any interest in a brew. So we'll see with Kavirias if anybody's going to be interested in coming in for him. No, same again. So unless I'm lowering the price, they're not going to go. But I think I can definitely get Luis sold for good money. Yeah, Man United there. So whatever I can sell him for, I can get Hersey for less. So I'm just going to do that. he's been brilliant, but if there's a younger player cheaper who's got as good or better stats, then it's the right thing to do when you need to raise a bit of cash. So yeah, it's been a good season. I'm doing less videos this season because I think I've done something like 13 or something for the first season, so that's too many for people to sit through. But the good thing is coming back with these, there's kind of, you can recap on things. There's probably things to cover, but before I was finding I was probably running out of things to say. But yeah, team's looking really good at the moment. It's just about can we keep a run going against the elite clubs. Chelsea are kind of hit and miss sometimes. They're obviously not starting well here, but they'll sometimes get a big money takeover, or they can still get good players. So yeah, this is looking like a good win in the league. But yeah, Leeds have got 2 games in hand, so they can actually go top if they win them. Middlesbrough wouldn't be too worried about keeping that up, and then Man United, they've not really started well, so a bit of a gap on them and Arsenal, so could be worse. Yeah, so that's looking like that one's in the bag. But like I'm saying, I do need to kind of get that money in. I have got like 2.5 million coming for the Spanish goalkeeper that I signed, Tony. He's gone to AK. That's not till the 1st of January, so there'll be a bit will come in from him, and I'm hoping I can maybe get like 6 million for Luis, and then buy Hersey for maybe just over 1 million, and that'll kind of boost it a wee bit. Brought this guy in for like 150,000, so he's a decent enough backup keeper. And then this young Swedish guy, he's good for now, but I can always put him in the reserves if I get somebody else in. Happy with the coaches and that side of things. They seem to be just plugging away, can see players improving and stuff, so that's always good. And that's my wee short list here of players that I'm kind of looking at just now. But I thought I might have got an offer in for Angel Luis, and that's not happened. Fly buzzing about here, great. Hope it doesn't pick it up on the mic. Yeah, so I'd actually expected him to have a fair bit of interest, but no. So yeah, so that plan's maybe going to need to go by the wayside for now. Technically, I could sell Lee Chun-Soo because he's not going to replace Nicky Franco, and yeah, there's a couple of teams there, so that's what I'll do. I'll let him go, and then we'll see start of January if anybody wants to come in for the other guys there. That's a bit cheeky by Rosenberg. Not going to accept that because he'll get sold. Teams will come in for him. Might even get 6 million for him. I can even bring Zuboff back into the fold, to be fair, because he's still in the reserves and there's not been any interest in him, but he's still a handy enough player. And yeah, I'm trying to sell Daba's ass as well, because I had reading the reserves here, and he was looking like he was ready to come through. So there we are. So we've got Watford, Ipswich, Bolton. So I'll play these three games through, see how it's going, and then it'll be time to have a look at some expiring contracts for next year. But yeah, goals coming from all over the pitch there, so you can see we're the highest scoring team in the league, but we're certainly not the best defence. So there's a bit of pros and cons to that. But we're not 80 million in debt, and we're not in the Championship, so what may, we'll definitely qualify for Europe this year. There's no way we're not going to finish in the top 2 or 3. Like I say, it's just depending on if we can hold the form that we've had, and there is a couple of teams chasing, but it's a good spot to be in for a team that's just came up. Like, you shouldn't necessarily expect to win the league, but I would do in the second or third season usually. Yeah, and putting Watford to the sword. They were the team that came up with us in the Championship, so they'll be one of the weaker teams here. Yeah, so a couple of good wins there on the bounce. Can't argue with that. Got money in for Tabby's ass. I'm just going to take that. To be fair, it's what I paid for him, but I was paying it in instalments, so it's just excess at the moment, so I'll just take that for him. And that'll be the 1st of January as well. So that's kind of 4.5 million coming in there on the 1st of January, so that's good. If we can get bids in for Lee Chun-Soo, might not really need to look at selling anyone else. So yeah, it'll just be a case of keeping the good young players that I've got, letting them develop again. There's players that I'll just never sell unless I get stupid offers for them. I would never part with a Ronco unless it was ridiculous money. Same with Said, same with Nikiforenko there. So there's certain ones in there that you'll just hang on to unless somebody wants to, make a ridiculous offer for them. But I'm hoping that somebody will actually come in with something decent for this guy. Probably just take what he's worth if it gets offered, because remember I did only pay 250,000 for him. What might happen though is if I let a few players go without replenishing them, some of the senior players will start to say that they're unhappy because there's not enough squad depth, so that's kind of irritating when that happens, but that is what it is. Yeah, so this will be my 4th league win on the bounce, so I'm happy with that form, kind of mid-season there. When you want to start, you'll see 2 or 3 break away from the pack, and we've still got anybody down to kind of Middlesbrough you could sort of see are still in or around it, but I can't ever remember seeing Middlesbrough winning the league, so it'll be Leeds, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool are floundering there, so I'm not really going to expect much of them, although Liverpool did beat me quite handily. Yeah, so there it is. Didn't get the win against Arsenal, but took Leeds out in the cup, so happy with that. And then we've won 3 games on the bounce in the league there, so I'll come back with the next video and let you guys see what's happening when we've got the next cup tie, probably, because it's starting to get a bit tasty. It's only Bolton in the semi-final, so I'll be hoping to get to the League Cup final there, so maybe come back towards the end of January and just do another catch up. But yeah, things are going great. plenty of good players on board, plenty of good results, still in all the competitions. So really just looking to kind of alleviate that finance bit, because it's dropping all the time, and I don't want it to start going into the red again. So yeah, thanks for watching, and cheers.